Imagine looking up at the night sky. What do you see? The stars are twinkling, but there, shining brighter than anything else, is a giant golden ball. That's right, the moon, but not the moon as we know it. This moon is made entirely of gold. Instead of a gentle, silvery glow, a golden moon would bathe the world in a warm, rich light. Everything would look different. Shadows would have a golden hue. The night wouldn't be so dark. It would be quite a sight. We love gold here on Earth. It's shiny, of course, but it's also very useful. Gold doesn't rust or tarnish. This means it stays shiny for a really long time. It's also very malleable, meaning we can shape it easily. That's why we make jewelry and coins out of gold. It's valuable because it's rare and lasts a long time. But what if we had a whole moon made of it? Our moon is made of rock, which is pretty heavy, but gold is much, much heavier than rock. In fact, gold is one of the densest materials we know of. This means that even a small piece of gold feels surprisingly heavy. Now imagine a whole moon made of gold. That's a lot of gold. It would make the moon incredibly heavy. How heavy, you ask? Well, let's just say it would be heavier than all the elephants, all the cars, and all the buildings on Earth combined. Here's something cool about heavy objects. They have more gravity. Gravity is like an invisible force that pulls things together. The bigger and heavier something is, the stronger its gravity. A heavier golden moon would mean stronger gravity. And guess what feels that pull? That's right, Earth. We would see the effects of this stronger gravity in the ocean tides. The tides would be much higher and lower than we're used to. The golden moon's gravity might even affect how Earth moves in space. Remember that golden glow? Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing not the familiar pale silvery moon, but a dazzling orb of gold radiating a warm, almost magical light across the landscape. The world would be bathed in a gentle golden hue every night, transforming the ordinary into something extraordinary. The moonrise would become a spectacle, drawing people outdoors just to witness the golden disk climbing above the horizon, its light shimmering on lakes and rivers, casting long, dramatic shadows across fields and forests. Well, a gold moon wouldn't just be a pretty sight. Its impact would reach far beyond aesthetics. The way we experience nighttime would be completely transformed, and the world as we know it would never be the same again. It would actually make a big difference in how bright our nights are. Instead of the soft, subtle glow we're used to, the nights would be almost as bright as twilight. Cities and countryside alike would be illuminated by this golden beacon, making the darkness of night feel less mysterious and more alive. Shadows would be sharper, and the contrast between light and dark would be much more dramatic. Gold reflects light much better than rocks, and that's the key to this transformation. The moon's current surface is made of dusty grey rock, which absorbs a lot of sunlight and only reflects a small portion back to Earth. But gold is one of the most reflective metals known to science. If the moon were covered in gold, it would bounce back much more sunlight, turning it into a giant glowing mirror in the sky. So that means a gold moon would be much brighter than our current moon. The difference would be striking. Nights would be so luminous that you might not even need streetlights in some places. The moon's golden glow would spill into every corner, lighting up parks, backyards, and even the darkest alleys. Imagine nights so bright you could read a book outside. Children could play late into the evening, families could gather for midnight picnics, and outdoor events would no longer be limited by darkness. The world would feel safer and more welcoming after sunset, with the golden moon acting as a natural nightlight for everyone. But you know, all that brightness would have a downside too. The intense light could be overwhelming, making it hard to find true darkness anywhere. People might have to shield their eyes from the glare, and the sharp contrasts between bright moonlit areas and deep shadows could make the world look a bit surreal, almost like a scene from a dream. The stars would be harder to see, their delicate twinkle drowned out by the moon's golden brilliance. Stargazing would become a rare treat, reserved for the few nights when the moon wasn't in the sky. Astronomers and dreamers alike would miss the deep star-filled darkness that inspires wonder and curiosity. And since bright light can disrupt sleep, many people might find it harder to rest at night. Bedrooms would need thicker curtains, and the natural rhythms of sleep could be thrown off by the ever-present glow. Our bodies, tuned to the cycles of light and dark, might struggle to adjust to this new golden reality. Plants and animals might have to adjust to a very different kind of night. Nocturnal creatures that rely on darkness to hunt or hide would find their world changed overnight. Some animals might become more vulnerable, while others could thrive in the new conditions. Even plants, which use moonlight to help regulate their growth, could be affected by the constant, intense illumination. The golden moon would reshape the rhythms of life on Earth, bringing both beauty and challenge to every night. Section 6. Gold Rush. In space? Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing the moon not as a pale, silvery orb, but as a dazzling golden sphere shining down on us. It's a wild idea, but let's have some fun and explore what might happen if our moon was made entirely of gold. Would it change the way we see the universe? Would it spark a new era of adventure and discovery? Let's find out. Now here's the big question. What would people do if there was a moon made of gold just hanging up there? Would we simply admire it from afar? Or would the temptation to reach for all that treasure be too strong to resist? Throughout history, humans have always been drawn to gold. It's a symbol of wealth, power, and dreams. So it's not hard to imagine that the sight of a golden moon would ignite imaginations all over the world. People everywhere would be buzzing with excitement, wondering if it was possible to actually go there and bring some of that gold back to Earth. Well, some people might get very, very excited about going to space to get some of that gold. Imagine the rush of adventurers, scientists, and entrepreneurs all dreaming up ways to reach the moon and claim their share. There would be a frenzy of new ideas, inventions, and plans. Space agencies and private companies would race to develop the technology needed to make lunar gold mining a reality. The world would be gripped by a new kind of fever, the gold rush of the 21st century, but this time the stakes would be cosmic. We might see a new kind of gold rush, but this time it wouldn't be in California, it would be in space. Just like the gold rushes of the past, people from all walks of life would be drawn to the promise of fortune. There would be stories of daring missions, incredible risks, and maybe even a few legends about the first people to strike it rich on the moon. The spirit of adventure would be alive and well, but the challenges would be unlike anything humanity has ever faced before. Imagine spaceships designed for mining gold on the moon. These wouldn't be ordinary rockets. They'd be high-tech, specialized machines built to land on the lunar surface, dig deep into the golden soil, and extract precious metals. Teams of scientists and engineers would work around the clock to solve problems we can barely imagine. How to operate heavy machinery in low gravity, how to process gold in the harsh lunar environment, and how to keep astronauts safe so far from home. The technology developed for lunar mining could even lead to breakthroughs that change life on Earth. It sounds like science fiction, but it could be possible. The dream of mining resources in space is already being explored by scientists and companies today. If the moon really were made of gold, it would push humanity to innovate faster than ever before. We'd see new partnerships between countries, new careers in space engineering, and maybe even the first permanent settlements on the moon. The golden moon could become a symbol of what's possible when people work together to achieve the impossible. But getting all that gold back to Earth wouldn't be easy. The journey from the moon is long and dangerous, and every ounce of cargo adds to the cost and risk. There would be challenges with transporting, storing, and protecting the gold, not to mention the environmental and ethical questions about mining another world. Would we be ready for the consequences of bringing so much wealth back to our planet? Or would the dream of lunar gold come with a price we hadn't expected? And what would happen to the price of gold if we suddenly had so much of it? The value of gold comes from its rarity, so if the market was flooded with lunar gold, prices could crash overnight. Fortunes could be made and lost in the blink of an eye. The world's economies might be shaken, and the meaning of wealth could change forever. In the end, a golden moon would be more than just a treasure in the sky. It would be a test of our curiosity, our ambition, and our ability to handle the wonders and challenges of the universe. Section 7. The price of treasure. Gold is valuable because it's rare, But if we had a whole moon made of gold, it wouldn't be so rare anymore, would it? That's right, a gold moon might actually make gold less valuable here on Earth. Having that much gold could change the way we think about money and wealth. It's even possible that something else would become more valuable than gold. It's strange to think about, isn't it? Section 8. Beyond the golden glare. A gold moon would be amazing to look at. But there's more to think about than just its beauty. We've learned that a gold moon would change gravity, tides, and even how bright our nights are. It could even change how we value things here on Earth. It's a good reminder that even beautiful and valuable things can have unexpected consequences. Sometimes, the most important things are the ones we take for granted, like our regular rocky moon. Section 9. Our own moon, a silver lining. When we look up at the night sky, one of the most familiar and comforting sights is our moon. It's been a constant companion to humanity for thousands of years, quietly orbiting our planet and lighting up the darkness. The moon has watched over ancient civilizations, explorers, poets, and dreamers alike. Its silvery glow has inspired awe, curiosity, and wonder in people of all ages and cultures. Our moon might not be made of gold, but it's pretty special just the way it is. It controls the tides, pulling and pushing the vast oceans with its invisible force. Without the moon, our world would be a very different place. The gentle rhythm of the tides shapes coastlines, supports marine life, and even influences the weather. Every wave that crashes on the shore is a reminder of the moon's silent power. The moon also lights up our night sky, casting a soft, silvery glow over the world below. It transforms ordinary nights into something magical, making shadows dance and landscapes shimmer. For nocturnal animals, the moon is a guiding light, helping them find their way. For people, it's a source of comfort and beauty, a gentle reminder that even in darkness, there is light. Throughout history, the moon has inspired countless stories and dreams. From ancient myths about moon gods and goddesses to modern tales of space travel, the moon has always captured our imagination. Children make wishes on the full moon, artists try to capture its beauty, and scientists study its mysteries. The moon is woven into our stories, our art, and our hopes for the future. Even though it might be tempting to wish for a moon made of gold, or to imagine a world where the moon is something even more extraordinary, we should pause and reflect on how remarkable our own moon truly is. Its presence brings people together, whether they're sharing a quiet moment or marveling at a rare lunar event. The moon connects us all, no matter where we are on Earth. We should remember to appreciate the wonders of our own unique moon. Its phases mark the passage of time, guiding calendars and traditions around the world. The moon's surface holds secrets from the earliest days of our solar system, waiting to be uncovered by future explorers. Every time we look up, we're reminded that we're part of something much bigger, a universe full of mysteries and possibilities. After all, who knows what other wonders are out there in the vast universe, just waiting to be discovered. The next time you see the moon shining above, take a moment to appreciate its beauty and its role